Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, right here somewhere. Hello. All right, so I got a little bit of a weird camera angle. What we're going to end up doing here is finishing off this Rat 1 and sending it off to Logan's Life, courtesy of Thomas. And we wanted to put a little bit of a edge on it before it got to him. Now, I guess this here is it's D2, not crazy hard to sharpen. Actually, I really rather enjoy it. But what we're going to end up doing here is just keeping the edges on it, and we're just going to put a mirror polish. Now, I happen to have a KME system, and I've done a few things to it that's kind of my own little touches to it. One of the things I've got here is I've got a Gritomatic stone holder, which is a universal stone holder, which is, I think, one of the best things you can buy if you've got a KME system. Basically, it's just a little, you turn this and you can adjust this to different sizes of stones. And I think that it is a wonderful, wonderful tool. The other thing that I have here is just a regular bag clip to close off bags. And that's what I used as my kind of my stop. I just put it on the end here and it just clicks together and there we go. So then now I'm not gonna run out of, I hate grabbing this thing and pulling it right off. So the other thing that I have got that is kind of custom is I have a custom base that's made, just a simple aluminum piece that I screwed some screws into and I put some feet on it. Then I had a friend of mine turn a stainless steel threaded rod, or he actually as a stainless steel rod, he threaded it and turned it down so it actually fits in the bottom. It's my little stone holder, so it's a little bit taller than what you'd buy from KME. Now this is the original KME stone holder, and you can see that it is quite short. I ended up gluing a piece of steel to the top so I could set my magnetic base here. As you can see, it's a magnetic angle finder, angle cube, and I just like that. It's very easy to set up that way as far as finding what the angle is. And I added the big ball on the end. That's the other thing I added, because it doesn't come with it, and it's just so much handier. If you're going to stick with the regular KME stone holder, those are a couple of mods you can do to the holder. But I recommend getting one of these Gritomatic universal stone holders. Now with that universal stone holder, I'm able to use, Edge Pro type style stones. Now these happen to be 3 diamond stones, and I have to tell you, the Edge Pro stones are crazy, crazy expensive. I mean, they're 27, to $50 Canadian here. I happen to get these off of Amazon. They were inexpensive. They were $21 for all 3 stones. That's $240, $600, and $1,000 grit. And I've gone through 2 sets of these. Here's my old set here that was actually gold. And I gotta say that I have probably sharpened on these 2 sets of stones here. They cost me $40. I've probably done, I'm gonna say 100, 150 knives. They last forever, and I think they're fantastic, especially for the money. $21, 3 stones. Don't be afraid of these to purchase those. Now, one of the things you'll probably notice that I have a set of tape on here, and the reason I have this tape on here is lots of times when you've got a knife that's got a little bit of a belly to it, if you put this in the stone holder or in the jaws completely flat like this, what'll happen is you'll get a really, really steep here at the base, but as you head to the top, you're going to get yourself a really laid back edge. So it's not going to be the same bevel all the way through. So that's what you want to do. You want to pretend that if you don't, sometimes I draw a line here, or sometimes I just kind of put them in the jaws and I line it up because I know it's kind of a little bit correct, but this just gives you an idea. Is if you're going to put these in the jaw, put where you line up this parallel here to this tape here, mark there. And that way you're going to get a nice even bevel all the way through. The other thing you'll notice here is I've got red on the bevel. And so that shows, so I'm not going to change the angle on here. So I'm just going to basically put this in. I'm going to adjust this until I take a few swipes of the stone until I see that it's taking the that it's taking the red right off the base to the very, very apex. Oh, I forgot to put on this light too. So that just gives you an idea there of how we're going to set this up. So now you're going to probably end up seeing a little bit of fast forward of the video, the scrubbing. I'm not going to kind of put you through the whole every stroke on this just to sharpen it out, because sometimes it's just plain old back and forth. There's not much to say. All right, so we're going to be doing that. It's going to be happening. Another thing that's going to be happening here is I have here with this little piece and this little piece right here, this is actually the stone thickness compensator, because I have some other things here. I'm sorry, just going to get my thing off there. There we go. So I have some different thickness of stones. So when you're using different thicknesses of stones, so these ones here are the standard kind of Edge Pro. I think they're these are probably, I think they're about 5 or 6 mil deep, but you can use other stones that, such as this, which are not as thick. So when you put them in the stone holder, they're going to be adjust the angle. So what you want to do is, once you've got your angle set, you want to make sure that this is completely, touching the top there like that. And so every time that you do a different stone now, you drop it on there and you adjust this until it falls down on there. And then now you put it in your stone holder, it'll have the same angle no matter what thickness of stones you use. Now I'm going to also use these to finish off. These are a couple of stones that I ended up getting out of a Lansky system. I had an old Lansky system, and I really like these two finishing stones. I thought it gave a wonderful, wonderful edge. And so the glue on the Lansky is crazy. Whatever glue they used on like the plastic Lansky, I tried all sorts of solvents, didn't work. What I ended up doing is I ended up boiling these stones in hot water for about 20 minutes. And it shrunk the plastic and curled them, and it was able to release the plastic or the glue off those Lansky stones. And if you've got this universal stone holder, you can use these stones too as well, and they make an absolute fantastic edge. So that's what we're gonna be hitting it with. So let's get everything here all kind of put in. You're going to find some scrubbing happening, and if I've got something to show you or something to say along the way, I will definitely do it. All right, so you can see that it is parallel to the tape. Well, I ended up lucking out. The angle that was on here is the perfect angle for this, and I'm going to just sharpen it up, and then you're going to feel a little bit of burr here along the bottom. And once I've hit that burr, I know it's time to switch stones or switch sides. When I'm doing some reprofiling, I won't completely do one side all the way to a burr and then flip it over. I'll do, a partial of the burr and then I'll flip it over. Or I'll do partial of the sharpening because you're wearing away lots of steel, and then I'll flip it over, and then I'll do about a third, then I'll flip it over about a third, and a third until I start to apex. Okay? That's what that is when I am doing some edge reprofiling. When I'm just doing some sharpening, it doesn't matter. I just stick to one side until I have a burr formed, and then I flip it over. Now, just to get back in there, lots of times when you're using these diamond stones, I have got no issues using them dry. I will usually, what I do is I have like a piece of paper towel here, and I can wipe it off, and it'll show that it's been working, and it also cleans off the stone. I don't like using any sort of oil on my diamond stones or water or anything. I just think it creates a mess. I think it works perfectly fine without anything. All right, we're on now to 600 grit, and we will now you really want to spend lots of time on your 600 and your 1000 grit if you're going for a mirror edge, because those are the ones that are going to do your 240, or your heavy grit is the one that's going to removing the steel, but it also puts some deep scratches. if you don't care about having a perfect mirror edge, you don't need to worry so much about your 600 and your 1000. But if you want to go to that really perfect mirror edge, you really want to work hard on your 600, your 1000 type of stones to get rid of any sort of scratches. Because if there's a scratch left over, when you've got a mirror polished edge, it really kind of magnifies that little scratches. So even though it looks good, until you start to really polish it up, then you'll notice, oh my goodness, I left a lot of those fine scratches in there. We're not going to go towards an absolute balls out mirror polished edge. We're going to put a really wicked edge on this for Logan. And but for now, we're going to work on the 600 and 1000, and then we'll finish off with a few other things. All right, let's scrub away. So now we've actually got ourselves a really, I mean, we've done a 240, we've done a 600, and we've done a 1000 grit. Now some strop this, wire edge a little bit, and we have got ourselves a kick-ass wicked edge. Wicked edge. We've got an absolutely phenomenal edge right now that you don't have to worry about. You can see it just like nothing through that really thick paper there. Just a blown away edge. So we don't need to keep going, but most of this part, it will get a little bit sharper, but I also like the look of these last two stones. And because these two stones here, and we're going to actually do a little bit of a strop too. I've got some strop that'll fit on here. But these Lansky stones, actually, they're oil stones. They will work dry, but they will actually... they will clog up if we don't use oil on it, and I'm actually going to be using just some very small drops of Smith's honing solution, just ever so slightly. 3 little drops will do more than enough on these stones. So okay, well, I'm going to load these stones up, and then we're going to scrub away. We've gone through these 2 stones here of the Lansky system. I really like these stones. These are excellent little stones. If you've got yourself a Lansky Deluxe system and you no longer use it, and you get yourself a KME or something that you can use as the universal stone holder, boil your things, get rid of these stones, or get these stones, because they are excellent stones out of that Lansky. All right, just going to strap her up with a homemade strap that I made. It's got 1 micron paste on it, or not paste. It's got 1 micron diamond spray, that diamond emulsion spray that actually came from England. I actually thought it was supposed to be 1 micron CBN emulsion, but they sent it to me, and it seems like it works really well. And I'm just going to give it a few strops, because I mean, she's pretty darn shiny as it is, but I will definitely sit there and strop a knife for hours just to relax myself. And you know what, you can over strop a knife. I end up kind of always rounding the edge off a little bit when I strop forever. But hey, that just gives me an excuse to resharpen the damn thing. Now, I don't have much hair here to show you, but there you can see here. I'm not sure if you can see there. She's got pretty close to a mirrored edge. If I can show you on that, maybe my good old tattoo there. She is damn sharp, and let's see if I can find a piece of paper and show you how sharp it is. All right. Here we have just a plain sheet of paper, and it is just like whisper quiet. Just like whisper quiet. And I don't think you can get too much sharper than that. Just like nothing. All right, so hope you enjoyed my sharpening of this Rat 1. It's actually going to get a little bit tidied up, put in a box, and it's heading out to Logan today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if you like what you saw here, please give me the thumbs up, subscribe, as well as share. And also, if you'd like to help this channel keep on going, there's a little spot in the bottom where you can say thanks, and I do appreciate it so much. Have yourself a wonderful day, folks. Please stay safe. Keep your stick on the ice. The sunny side up. The shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.